Fight Club 25. We in here, man. Luis Ortiz versus Carlos Takam. Yes, Carlos Takam, November 12th in Monaco. It's going down. It'll definitely be good to see the real King Kong, Luis Ortiz, back in the ring, man. But, you know, this fight raises more questions than it does anything else. And what's funny is the sport of boxing tends to raise more questions. It brings about questions more so than it brings about entertainment, you know, and that's what we watch this thing for, to be entertained. Let's talk about this real quick, man. Luis Ortiz, as you all know, earlier this year was scheduled to fight Alexander Ustanov. It did not happen. They could not come to an agreement. Both sides had different stories to why the fight was off, why it was canceled. You dig? So the WBA had ordered that fight. They were supposed to fight on the Canelo-Liam Smith undercard. It did not happen. I expected Luis Ortiz to be stripped of the WBA interim title at some point in time. That did not happen. So to my knowledge, and on the website, Luis Ortiz is still the WBA interim champion, right? If he was to have beaten Ustanov, he would have fought the Tyson Fury Klitschko winner. That fight is off. Fury is about to be stripped of the WBA super title. My question is, will they have Luis Ortiz fight for that title, which is the right thing to do? Or are they going to strip him at the last minute? You know, these are questions that I have. And this fight with Carlos Takam just brings about more questions, because Carlos Takam is not ranked by the WBA sanctioning body, not to my knowledge. And if that is the case, I have not seen his name in the rankings. So if he's not ranked by that sanctioning body, then this will be a non-title fight between Luis Ortiz and Carlos Takam. So then it raises the question, what's the purpose, man? You know, what's the purpose of this fight? It'll be an interesting fight, don't get me wrong, because Carlos Takam is he's a gatekeeper of sorts in the heavyweight division, man. You know, he's that guy that you see to attain your rite of passage these days, man. He gave Joseph Parker the toughest test of his career thus far. Carlos Takam's been in there with Alexander Povetkin, man. He lost to him, but you know, he's been in there with Mike Perez, man. He fought a good fight with Mike Perez. He beat Tony Thompson. So Carlos Takam is someone of note, man, and it'll be interesting to see how Luis Ortiz fares with Carlos Takam after we've seen Carlos Takam and how that fight went with Joseph Parker. It'll be interesting in comparison, but at the same time, I don't understand the purpose of this fight, man. So like I said, this fight brings about more questions than anything else, because what's gonna happen with the WBA interim title, man? Is Luis Ortiz gonna keep the title? Are they gonna strip him? Is he gonna fight for Tyson Fury's belt once they take it from him? You know, and how does this fight with Carlos Takam play into his future, man? Is this just a stay busy fight? So it's just, like I said, man, it's more questions than anything else. But the fight does hold some entertainment value, man, and it should be good for as long as it lasts, man. But I just need answers to those questions, man. But there you have it, Luis Ortiz versus Carlos Takam, November 12th, man. I'll definitely be checking this one. Fight Club 25, subscribe.